mathematics class. This class is for class 7 in continuation with the previous class of chapter ratio and proportion. In the previous classes we have discussed about ratio. Today we will be discussing about proportion. So first of all, what is proportion? What is proportion? Proportion is an equation. What type of equation? Proportion is an equation. I said proportion is an equation. What type of equation? So which equates two given ratios. Ratios means if I say there is a ratio given A is to B and another ratio given C is to D, we know that ratios can be written as fraction. It means we can write it as A upon B and C upon D. They say proportion is equation which equates two given ratio. If we equate them, this will become a proportion. Now how to write it in the form of proportion? We know ratios or fractions are written as in the form of ratio as A is to B, then you will place 4 dots and then C is to D. This is how proportion is written. This is the sign for proportion. This is the sign for proportion, 4 dots. And this means what? It means A upon B is equal to C upon D. Now look, A and D are at the extreme left and extreme right. So A and D are known as extremes. As extremes. Whereas B and C are in between, so they are known as means. These are known as means. Now how do we solve them? Now you know what is proportion, how it is written, what it means. But how to solve? So again come back to the original thing. A is to B, proportion C is to D can be written as A upon B is equal to C upon D. And you know how to solve two given equal fractions simply by cross multiplication. When you cross multiply, you will get A into D is equal to B into C. One thing you can see that A and D were extremes and B and C were means. So in the proportion we can say that product of extremes is equal to product of means. That is a formula which we need to memorize or remember either in this form or in this form. These are the important things that we need to remember. Now, next thing is, let us take 3 ratios. Let us take 3 quantities. If there are 3 quantities A, B and C, if there are 3 quantities A, B and C, they are said to be in continued proportion. Continued proportion. If A is to B, proportion B is to C. This is continued proportion. When there are 3 quantities given and they can be written in the form of A is to B, proportion B is to C, they are said to be in continued proportion. It means A upon B is equal to B upon C. Now when you cross multiply, you will get B square is equal to AC. B into B is B square, A into C is AC. It implies that B can be written as under root AC, and this is known as mean proportion. This is known as mean proportion or mean proportional. This is also very important. In some questions you will be given two numbers, any of the two, maybe A, B or B, C or C, A, and you have to find the third number using mean proportion. We will come to the questions as and when we will come to that. So mean proportion between A and C. Mean proportion between A and C is given by B, where B is equal to under root of AC. So now we move on to the questions, and we will move on to exercise 7b and see what type of questions are there. We'll discuss some questions. Now exercise 7b, we have taken first question, second part. We'll be doing two parts. It has 4 parts. We'll be doing second and fourth. Now they say check whether these are in proportion or not. So let us take first as A, B, C, D. We know to be in proportion that A upon B is equal to C upon D, or we can also say that A is to B proportion C is to D, or we can say that A into D is equal to B into C, or product of means is equal to product of extremes. So we will use this formula to check whether they are in proportion or not. Whether means product of means is equal to product of extremes. If is it so, it means that they are in proportion. If it is not, it means they are not in proportion. So A into D means 1 upon 3 into 1 upon 22 must be equal to 1 upon 11 into 1 upon 6. A, D, B, C. This will come 1 upon 66. 1 into 1 is 1, 3 into 22 is 66. Is equal to 1 into 1 is 1, 11, 6 is 66. So yes, this is, or these numbers are in proportion. Now we move on to the fourth part. In the fourth part it is given 1.2, 1.6, 0.9 and 1.2. Again we will apply the same formula. This is A, B, C, D. So A into D must be equal to B into C. Now 12 into 12 is 144. It will come as 1.44. 9 6 are 54. 144 we know, and both of them are equal. So this is also in the proportion. Now we move on to the second question. Now second question, second part. You have to find the value of x and you have been given with a proportion. So we know when A is to B, proportion C is to D, it means that, or it implies that A into D is equal to B into C, or product of means is equal to product of extremes. So we will follow the same formula, means A, B, C, D. So 1 upon 15, A into D is 1 upon 5, must be equal to C into B, 1 upon 4. In this 15 into 5 and this 4 will come to this side. So 1 into 1 is 1 upon 15, 5 is a 75 is equal to x into 1 is x upon 4. So 4 comes to this side, 4 upon 75 is the value of x. This was the second part. Now we move on to the fourth part. Fourth part is 1.6 is to x proportion 0.12 is to 0.24. So again we'll use, this is A, B, C, D. So A into D, 1.6 into 0.24 should be equal to B into C, that is x into 0.12. So we can say x is equal to 1.6 into 0.24 upon 0.12. This 0.12 comes to the denominator. Decimal and decimal cancelled. 12 2s are 24, 16 2s are 32, so it will come 3.2. That is the final value of x. Now we move on to the next question. Now in the third question they say find the fourth proportion, and we know that A is to B proportion C is to D. It means we have to find D value of D. First, second, third and fourth proportion. And you can see there are 4 terms, but here there are only 3 terms. It means we have to find the fourth one. So we will assume let the fourth proportion be x. So this can be written as 9 is to 36 proportion 19 is to x. Now the next value has come as x. So now 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. 4 terms, if they are in proportion, they can be written as this form. So again, according to the AD is equal to BC, or product of mean is equal to product of extremes. According to the same formula, we can say this is A, B, C, D. So 9 into x is equal to 36 into 19. Product of extremes is equal to product of means. So x can be written as 36 into 19 upon 9. 9 4s are 36 and 76 is the final value. 19 4s are 76, so 76 is the final value. Now we move on to the third part of the third question. Again, here it is 5.1, 8.5 and 1.8. Here also we will assume let the fourth proportion be x. I am not writing, I am directly writing x. Here we will assume let the fourth proportion be x. So again, according to this formula, product of means is equal to product of extremes. We can say 5.1 into x is equal to 8.5 into 1.8. So x will be 8.5 into 1.8 upon 5.1. Now we know that 85 is divisible by 17 and 51 is also divisible by 17. So decimal and decimal remove. 17 3s are 51, 17 5s is 85. Now 3 6 are, so it will become 0.6. So 5 into 0.6 is 3.0 and that is the final value. Now we move on to question number 4. Question number 4, we have taken second part and it reads that find the mean proportion of. We know, we have just now studied that mean proportion is given by B and B is equal to under root A and C. It means this is A given and this is C given and we have to find the value of B. So we know that B is equal to under root A is 0.32 multiplied by C, that is 0.08. So 8 to the 16, 24, 25, 256 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 0.0 means this will come. It means we have to find out the under root value of under root 0.0256. So we have learned in the previous chapters, if it is 0.0256 can be written as you remove the decimal upon 10,000 and then you put its root. You know that square root of 256 is 16 and 10,000 is 100 and 10,000 is 100. So it means this can be written as under root 256 upon 10,000. I have shown the working over here, so please don't get confused where is this one, why there is one more zero. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4 decimals, so 4 zeros, and because of this decimal, this is 1. So when you take the root of this, root of 256 is 16 and 10,000 is 100. When you convert it to the decimal, it will be 0.16, and that is the mean proportion or the final value of this. Now we move on to the next part, that is let's say third part. Third part is find the mean proportion between 7 upon 11 and 9 upon 308. Let us assume this as A, this as C, and we need to find B. You know B can be found. B is the mean proportion. That means B is equal to under root AC. So it means B can be written as 7 upon 11 into 9 upon 308 and in roots. Now you can see that 308 is divisible by 7. 7 ones are 7, 7 fours are 28, 2 left, 28, 7 fours are 28. So finally we are getting 9 upon 44 into 11. 44 can be written as 9 upon 44 is 4 into 11 in roots. When you take out 9 out of the root, you will get 3. When you take 4 out of the root, you will get 2. And for these two 11, 1 11 will come out. So you will get 3 upon 22. That is the value of B. That is the final value. Now we move on to question number 5. Now I have taken fifth question, second part. They say find the third proportional to. Means this is A, first one, this is B, second one, and we have to find the C. So we will assume let the third proportional be X. So now this converts to, first we'll convert this into fraction, 5 3 15 and 16. This will be 16 upon 3 is to 6, again proportion 6 is to X. A, B, B, C. So again using product of means, using what? Product of means is equal to product of extremes. So mean are 6 and 6 and extremes are 16 upon 3 and X. So we can write 16 upon 3 into X is equal to 6 into 6. It means X can be written as 6 into 6 into 3 upon 16. This goes to this side, will become in numerator, and 16 comes in denominator. Now 2 3s are 6, 2 8s are 16. 2 3s are 6, 2 4s are 8, 3 3s are 9, 3s are 27 upon 4. So this can be written as 4 6 are 24 whole 3 upon 4. Now next part, I am taking question, fourth part of question number 5. Find the third proportion to 240 paise, 480 paise. So we know that this is A and this is B. We have to find C. C we have to find, and C can be considered as X. So I have written let the third proportion be X. Now we will use, this can be, we know that these are ratios and ratios don't have any unit. So paise or paise will not be written. So we can say, or this can be said as 240 and 480 and then C or X. So since I have taken X, I will be writing as X. So this is A, this is B, this is C. We know that product of means is equal to product of extremes. It means this can be written as A is to B, 480. Proportion B is to C, 480 is to C, or sorry, X. or x. So now 240 into x will be equal to 480 into 480. So x will be equal to 480 into 480 upon 240. 0 0 cancel, 24 2s is 48, 48 2s is 96. So 960. That is the final value. But since the question was given in money, so you can write paise. That is the final value. So now we have discussed up to question number 5. All these questions which we have discussed on the board are supposed to be in your fair notebook, and the parts which are left you will do in your practice notebook. Now few more questions are left, so that will be considered in the next class. By that time, please like, subscribe and share, and do comment so that I may understand whether you are understanding or not. Thank you. Have a nice day.